Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. It's Mike here, and I'd just like to say thank you for listening to our strange little program. It really is very much appreciated. We hope you're enjoying yourselves. We certainly are. Please do get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at Billowing Hillto. You can find us on Facebook. You can email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com. It's always good to get some feedback or get contributions or just get your thoughts or just anything really. But please bear in mind that anything you say may be taken down and read out by Paul at the beginning of the program. If you have a phone, and I'm sure that you do, we would be very grateful if you were to rate us, maybe even review us on your podcast app of choice. It really does make a difference in terms of getting our weird little program out there. And maybe grab the phone off a friend or neighbour and rate and review us on that as well. That would be good. I have no other news, so let's get on with episode 38 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Spawn to be Wild. Good evening, everybody. Tonight's beer is not beer because it's dry January.
No.
Oh dear.
It's pretend beer.
It's June, isn't it?
It's near beer.
I've completely forgotten.
To say, two things. One, by the end of dry January, I am going to be about 70% Maltesers at the current rate. Secondly,
I'm going to be mostly Toblerone.
Yeah, well, I'm on about a pack of day of cigarettes. I'm on about a box of Celebrations every 3 or 4 days, and then I have to say, the temptation to have a beer last night while all of that was going on was just. Hello, readers. This won't make sense.
It might be your last one.
Last night was, goodness gracious. I saw somebody say that Jamiroquai live album launch.
Well, tonight's beers.
It's a fair comment. JKKK. Hey.
Tonight's beers are Arbor, Yakima Valley, American Indian Pale Ale, which is delicious. I'm currently drinking. And later on, Arbor have done one called The Milky Beers Are on Us, which is a white chocolate stout.
Oh. That sounds absolutely revolting.
It's terrifying.
Have you not learned so far? No. You just don't go for beers with comedy names.
Yeah, go for yes, exactly. Because of Bruce Forsyth.
This was actually purchased for me by Mr. Burnett.
Yeah, but it was a variety thing. I never would have signed off on the whole deal if I'd known that the word milky was in one of the beers.
Milky. Milk stout's all right.
Where are we? Oh, we're in the middle of... Oh, yes, we're in the middle of trouble, are we not?
Nah.
Oh, it's my go. Should we do a quick recap? I know you hate them, Paul.
No, yeah, go for it. We're only going to do it 4 more times.
You're in the cellar of Blackwall Keep because the erstwhile battle mage of Blackwall Keep has turned into a wormy undead monster.
Can we just say that Blackwall Keep, it's a really impressive name for what's really an outhouse.
Yeah, it's...
somewhat smaller than the stables.
It's a lot smaller than we expected.
We have a certain budget and we have to stick within it. We've got some very expensive chapters coming up, and I'm sorry, we just had to cut a couple of corners, literally in this case. So, Habity Bablish, the deputy commander of Blackwall Keep, has implored you to head into the cellar and deal with the once normal, now horribly green and wormy battle mage that they walled up down there. And you've done so, and you're in a kind of subterranean kitchen chamber, and it didn't take long before you unearthed a couple of these green wormy guards that this thing has obviously grabbed and converted into sort of horrible zombie things. Cuthbert is in the kitchen having run away. Parker is at the bottom of the stairs in a fight with one of them. Sessions and Burple are chasing another one into what looks like a sort of weird makeshift sort of, I suppose the closest thing you could say was an escape tunnel. It might have been where they originally walled the old wizard off in. And then Uncle Buggy, Bugraft, has run for it.
Oh, yeah. Primary fighting resource.
He's bugged out, and he's back up in the ground level. The last thing that happened, where we left things, there was another one hidden under the wooden stairs on the way down. And it burst out. And we left it there, and it's got to act. Before we see what it does, I just think maybe we should have a... How are we all looking? Hit point wise, spell wise. I was trying to keep track of... I reckon there's a heroism spell, right?
Oh, yeah, I've got that running. I've got that.
Okay, so...
it's obviously not working. They read it out
No,
backwards.
well, you see, I'm already heroic, and then doing the heroism spell, sort of
Heroism.
You know, two negatives, two
Heroism.
positive cancel each other out or something. So
Who's got the heroism spell? I think it might be Cuthbert, Bugraft, and Burple.
I've got +3 hit points running at the moment, but that's it.
Well, that's it.
That's the heroism spell.
That's the heroism spell. Okay.
Okay, so Cuthbert, Burple, Parker have got the heroism spell. I reckon we didn't keep an assiduous count last time. How long has it been running? I think it's been running 5. I think this is the 5th round. So I think there are 5 rounds left of it. I think might be being a bit generous there. I think you cast it just before you started exploring. We've had about 3-4 rounds of combat.
Okay.
We're about to finish the 5th round of the heroism spells. We've got 5 more.
Okay.
Then we've got Sessions' Spirit Guardian spell, which lasts for ages. He has excluded Burple, Sessions, and Parker from it, but not Bugraft or Cuthbert, who he couldn't see at the point when he cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whirling sharp spectral playing cards that are zooming all around him out to 15 feet.
Yes.
Finally, let's have a look at worms. Bugraft has got a worm on him, or in him. It's had 2 rounds of burrowing. There are no other worms on anybody else.
Yeah. On who? On Bugraft?
Bugraft. So Bugraft is out on the ground level, up in the okay, admittedly slightly over the top description, the Great Hall of Blackwall Keep.
Otherwise known as the storeroom.
Otherwise, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's actually smaller than the kitchen that the fight is taking place in, as far as I can work out. There we are. But he's got a worm that's got 2. It's burrowed in for a couple of rounds. He doesn't know. You don't know how long it takes for these worms to complete their mission.
Well, is it game over when it gets to wherever it's going?
It's a good question.
I hope it isn't. I mean, there wouldn't be very 5e if it is. That would be more like 1e.
Yeah. Well, again, bear in mind that we're absurdly playing a Paizo adventure path written for 3e, 3.5e, translated to 5e. So I wouldn't set any stock by acceptable norms.
No, I think 3e is, you can die with things like that.
One thing that is in the plus column, though, is because we're in a new session, even though we're in the same combat, you all get your Ort dice back.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe I could roll up a Sage next.
Yeah. Sessions, did you ever use your bonus?
No, I haven't
one
used
off.
My
right,
bonus.
so you've got 2 Ort dice for this session, then one that's one off on your regular one.
And that grey shiny line is my Spirit Guardians, yeah?
Yeah. So you've got Ort dice, which might help you, specifically Bugraft, if you don't know how long you've got to get at this thing. But there we go. But before we do any more, the thing that burst out of the stairs, it gets to have an action.
And it does a spell.
So first things first, it seems a little... Well, it's more wormy, Parker, than the others. The others have got worms that sort of seep out of... They're wearing either leather armor or chainmail. I think they're wearing chainmail. And worms kind of emerge from exposed areas and joins and cuffs and collars and nostrils and mouths and ears and all of that. This thing is just crawling with the things. Yeah, it's seething with green worms. You'd worry, Parker, if you were to make any kind of contact with it, whether or not you'd be able to avoid getting a bit wormy. That's the first thing.
What, even with a weapon? Or
with a weapon, you reckon you'd probably be all right. But I mean, you bear in mind that you rely on hand. You know, if you were using hand attacks, for example,
so no unarmed strikes.
Well, you don't know for certain, but you'd thought that would be a risk.
Okay.
The second thing is that you have not under the influence of a heroism spell, and as a result, the revoltingness of it, and it is in fact, if anything, more revolting than the first 2. You need to make a will save, Parker, as it emerges.
Oh, already?
Yes, already. This is where we left things. So, yeah. So if you would not mind furnishing me with a number.
A will save is 10 plus... What's my will save bonus? That's 12 in total then.
12 is not enough.
Oh, for God's sake.
You are frightened, Parker. It's not fantastic news.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. While the source of its fear is within line of sight, the creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
There you go.
You're trapped in the corner then.
And then...
You're doomed.
Is it within my Spirit Guardians?
Yes, we're going to come to that. It's clearly, Parker, although, well, in the brief moment you had, Parker, where you were sane enough to be making an assessment,
Yes.
before you plunged down into a vortex of terror. These little spirit guardians of sessions, they're spectral, so they've been passing through this little secret cubbyhole under the stairs, and it's been damaged by them.
Yeah.
Have you got medicine skill, Parker?
Yes. Reasonably good.
Okay, well, you can roll it, and you can roll it regularly, because I'm going to say that you got to make this assessment before you failed your save. Being nice.
10 plus a 15.
15 is a great roll. Okay. You have seen the others clearly knitting their wounds, regenerating, yes?
Yeah.
This one, you can't see any wounds that seem abnormally healed, so it looks like it's been damaged, perhaps by these spectral playing cards, but that it doesn't seem to have regenerated any damage.
Right.
You don't know why that might be, and you can't remember or tell anybody because you're now a gibbering fool. And then it throws worms at you, Parker. I mean, there's no way around it. The first wormy throw, it rolls a 17. It hits armor class 23.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's worm. And then the second fling of a worm. Oh, same again. Armor class 23. That is worm. Duh.
Baby, goodbye. My baby.
That's not good for Parker. Parker,
Bye, baby.
you get to make another saving throw, Parker, but you get to make it at the end of your turn.
Right.
It's your turn now.
How many actions do I need to get these worms off?
Well, you'll need
An action
two-
per worm, or if
an
I've
action
got two
per-
attacks
no.
per action, then I can
No.
do one attack on each of the worms, or how does it
yes,
work?
it's an attack per worm. You need to
Right.
attack each worm separately.
I'm going to put my confidence in the Spirit Guardians. Having experienced it back in the cavern, it says the creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear, but it doesn't say I can't attack him.
You can attack it, you can't move any closer to it.
I will do 2 produce flames on it.
On the one in the stairs, not the one
The
standing
one in the
next to you.
stairs, yes.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So the first attack is... Okay,
Oh.
so that was a 13 and a 19, so that's
Yeah.
13 plus 5 is 18.
Yeah, it's a hit, it's a hit. Yep.
Doing 2d8, so that's 7 plus 3 is 10.
Yep.
And the second one is a 9, 7. That's a 12.
12 is what you need.
Oh, excellent. Well, then there you go.
Excellent
So
stuff.
This one
that's
is not wearing armor. Yep.
7 points of damage. And then I will do my flurry of blows on the one standing next to me.
Yes.
So again, at disadvantage, a 17
It's a hit, it's a
and a
Oh, yeah, of course. It's a hit.
19. Okay,
19,
so
yep,
that's a
yep,
hit. 8 points of damage.
Okay, that doesn't seem to do as much damage
Yes, I know.
as you were expecting.
As reduction. The second unarmed strike is a 19 or a 6 plus is 12. Armor class
There's not
12.
enough, not
Okay,
enough.
so the second one is a miss then.
Okay.
That is me.
For a frightened creature, we're going at disadvantage. You've done pretty well there, I think. We jump upstairs, back into the grand hall of the keep, and Uncle Buggy at the top of the stairs. What do you want to
Right.
do? You've got a worm in you. You've
How
got
do
a
I
chance-
gouge it out?
Well, you have to make a medicine check.
Right.
You take a dagger, and you're going to try and spear it out. You're not sure how long you've got left, but it went. Let's just say it went into your arm. Yeah. It's right up in your sort of clavicle collarbone now, at top of your rib cage.
I mean, it's not looking
So-
for a spine, is it?
Well, no, it tried.
Very
so
funny. Very funny.
So you don't know how much longer you've got.
If you charge headfirst into the Spirit Guardians, it might rip through you and rip through the worm as well.
Might is doing an awful lot of work in that sentence.
Go on, it'd be funny.
+2 onto this dice roll.
Yeah.
I roll 19.
It's enough.
So I
You-
gouge it out.
You gouge it out and you do 1d4 damage to yourself, which you probably better roll.
Do I get the temporary hit points?
You
back
do.
this
So if
round?
you
So I don't
Yep.
take any damage there.
fine,
Can I do anything else this round?
you could move.
Graham, if I go into your blade thing, what happens to me?
You take damage. We get wisdom saving throw
Yeah.
Each round, or
each round.
how much damage do you do?
3d8.
All right, I think that's my go then.
And we go to the top of the round, round 6, the 6th round of the heroism spell and sessions.
Sorry, I might start raging, as Graham said. It's a
I
bonus
just
action.
realised wasn't I allowed to make a
Yeah, okay.
save
You're going to make a
against
save. Yeah,
fright-
you're going to make a saving throw. Yeah,
You're okay with me
15?
raging?
that's enough. Yeah, I'm okay with you raging. You take a bonus action. Sessions hasn't actually acted
So
yet.
I'm not frightened anymore.
You're not frightened anymore.
Excellent. Sorry to interject that.
It's all right. Don't do it again.
I think I'm going to, for my bonus action, I will summon my spiritual weapon, the Crushing Coin.
Is that it?
Yeah, I can't actually target anyone at the moment, but I'll bring it into effect up near Parker.
Burple. This thing has run away from you because you cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Yes. If I remember correctly, it's quite wounded.
Yeah, it looks very wounded.
What level spell should I do on it, Mike? Friend Guide Storyteller?
Friend Guide Storyteller, well, give me a
3d6 to 5d6.
give me a quick medicine check.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you've
Well,
got to
I'm
make
not
an
good at-
assessment.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's pretty difficult anyway.
10.
Well, that's a pretty...
Oh, well, 15. Yeah, 15.
15's all right. You think that it is certainly 2/3 wounded, maybe a little more.
What's that mean in terms of hit point?
No.
Oh, damn it. Janet. Well, we're all in this combat, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll do Dissonant Whispers at second level, 4d6.
Right.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
14. Let me have a
God, no chance.
9. Okay, no, you got it.
So it takes 13 points de damage, and it's frightened. It has to run away using its reaction.
13 points of damage. It collapses.
Yay!
And all the little worms all wiggle about. You don't think those worms have got long to live without a host.
But
Ah.
the regeneration, the unkillable side of things.
Well, I mean, it's lying there and the worms are all wiggling around and it's collapsed. Whether or not it's gone for good. I mean, I've taken its miniature off the board.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering.
I'll put it back. There you are. Then you've got a reminder.
then
that
I've got
it
a
exists.
question. Yeah, then I've got a question. But I'm assuming Graham can just move his thing over it.
I can eventually, but at the
please.
moment I'm using myself to keep Parker from getting squelched.
Yeah, okay.
Light a torch and throw it on the thing, Dan.
Well, I can do that next time.
Cuthbert out, Splinter. You're in the kitchen. You're at the edge of this swirling cloud of spectral playing cards.
Yes.
But you're not in it.
No.
And you're not protected from it.
No, Brave Sir Cuthbert is actually going to use his dash cunning action and a move action to
Yes.
go all the way around the kitchen wall so he doesn't go into the blade. And then he's got an attack action,
Yes.
which he will do using his...
So he's running up to the one that's the one that's right up with Parker.
Yep.
Not the one under the stairs, the other one. Under the stairs.
Under the stairs.
Not the
Under-
one under the stairs.
And he's going to
one.
attack with his short sword.
Yes.
Armor class 24.
24 is a hit.
So he does the following damage, according to the International Council for Damage, is 9 points plus.
The
He
what?
also
Sorry? Is there such a thing?
What's the International Council for Damage?
I
don't
It's
know.
the Fédération
Judean People's
Internationale de
Ah,
based
that
in
one.
Upper
Milton
Westphalen.
Keynes.
Shocking.
Anyway, how
does
much
nine-
damage was that?
He does 9 points, but he's also doing sneak attack damage, doing a further 8 points, so he does 17 points of damage.
And that is from a magical weapon.
Yeah, plus 1 short sword.
He didn't like that very much. It's spawn time. Okay. Burple, the one lying in the passage in front of you.
Yes.
Nothing happens. It just lies there. Cuthbert.
Not that unkillable, aren't they?
The one that's on between you and Parker has got to make a decision about which one it wants to attack.
does,
So 1 to
and we-
3, it's going to go for Parker. 4 to
and
6, it's going to go for
We
Cuthbert.
know what's going to happen.
First of all, it's going to start its round.
Is it taking some
In-
damage?
Yes. So it takes some damage. Wisdom save. It makes that wisdom save.
Okay, so it takes half damagey.
Come on.
Hello.
15 radiant damage.
Radiant, sir.
Radiant, sir.
Weirdly, if it'd been necrotic damage, it would have been 17.
I'm going to roll an intelligence check for this thing. There it goes. A 17, which is actually very, very decent. Okay. It doesn't like these playing cards at all. On the other hand,
It's a bit boxed in.
it's got a very low intelligence. Okay, I'm going to roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, it's going to basically scarper. On a 4 to 6, it's going to give into its primal instinct to attack. and I roll a 5, so it's going to attack. It's going to attack 1 to 3 Parker, 4 to 6 Cuthbert.
And it's going to roll.
This is all DMing by dice. 1, it goes for Parker.
I'm sorry, mate.
Parker, it attacks you twice. The first attack hits armor class 17, armor class 23.
Yeah.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. And you have a worm on you. The worms, by the way, that were on you have just expired. Yes?
Yes.
The original worms. So you've got... But luckily, don't need to worry. Yeah? Replacement worms are on their way. Got one. We'll try and get you another one as soon as we can. 1 second. Let me just see what we can do.
Second caller.
Hitting armor
No,
class
that's a miss.
21 is a miss, is it? Okay. And then it is going to move away from you. So both Cuthbert and Parker, you can take attacks of opportunity on it.
Right.
Armor class 15.
15 is a hit.
Do I get my sneak attack damage as well? Because I was...
no,
Yes.
because it's not...
Yes, when it leaves, it's still... When it moves, it's still within 5 foot of Parker.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So
Can you only do it... okay.
Graham's saying no.
Because...
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. So that's 7
No,
points
no,
plus...
Graham, you're saying no. Sorry.
No, sorry.
How much damage?
17 points of damage on it.
Ooh, it looks very wounded indeed. Okay, yeah.
I also get an attack of opportunity, correct? A 16.
16 is enough.
Doing 4 plus 2, 6 points of damage.
Okay.
It's got like 1 point left, hasn't it?
It's sort of... What's its move? I'm just checking on its move. I mean, it's more of a stagger than a move. Speed. Oh, no, 30 feet. That's not shabby. It staggers away from you, out of the effect of the magical playing cards, into the kind of corner of the kitchen, the far side from you.
Yep.
And then we've got the other one. It's going to have to think about doing the same. The other one looks a bit more together. It steps up to Parker.
Doesn't it take damage at the beginning of its go?
Yeah. Well, I can. I'm so it gets a saving throw though, doesn't it? Sorry, I've already applied the damage. I don't know.
Oh, have you? Okay.
It staggers out from under the stairs. I mean, it's so tempting to have it climb up and go after Bugraft.
No, I don't mind.
that's what
I don't mind.
I just don't think it can. I think the way that the stairs work, the incline.
Does it even know of Bugraft's existence?
Well, for starters, it doesn't really know about Bugraft's existence. No, I mean, it's heard of him, obviously. Yeah.
Nobody crosses the
But he heard
his reputation.
He knows he's outside because he heard the sound of running feet and a kind of wail of fear.
Yeah.
And that's really, I mean, and the legend, I mean,
The knocking of the
Legend
knees.
that is.
Disappeared into
all through the Cairn Hills, everybody knows what that sound must mean.
frontline fighter on the search of another frontline.
Yeah. War, you say, on the far side of the Nul Mountains?
So I'm a frontline fighter, just not this one here.
This thing is going to step round and then it's going to welly. I think Cuthbert's got some cover from it because Cuthbert is tucked around this little sort of dividing wall.
Yep.
So it's going to go for Parker.
Sorry.
Go on then.
Poor Parker.
Its first attack is a miss. He rolls a 3.
Fabulous.
And the second attack is a 20. Oof. Easy. So that hits armor class 26.
Yeah,
But
that's a hit.
it's got a decision to make.
Is it going to take a card?
Is it going to gamble? He's got very high
Extra
armor class,
worms.
Parker.
Gamble.
I'm going to gamble. It is, of course, it's going to gamble. It's a dumb. It's a smart dumb monster, but it's a dumb monster. Rolling another 20.
Oh, is it an instant kill?
Hopped
over wide area.
It gets to draw a card.
It's an instant kill.
Gets another one, it gets to pick a
dearie
card.
me. Let's have a look at the critical hit deck for GM.
Did we not agree that we were playing instant kills?
Not that I
I'm sure we
know. So I'm just going to deal myself a card here.
Who needs monsters when you have team?
And my card is... Oh, it's not that bad, you know, Parker. Can you make a Constitution save?
You really want to make this save?
You kind of really do, yeah. And you did. So you're fine.
Just off the 5.
You're fine. You take...
126.
You take 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it is going to run out of the spell as well.
Attack of... Oh, we've had our reaction.
Yeah, you've had your reactions. You've got another worm on you, Parker.
Yes.
So you've got 2 worms on you.
I'm going to assume that this worm is going to get killed by the cards. As long as I stay in the sphere.
It's your action, Parker.
It's within range. I'm going to whop it with produce flames. So
which one are you targeting?
The very wormy one that just attacked me.
Yeah, going for the very wormy one. Okay.
So that's a miss and a hits armor class 22.
22 is a solid hit.
Doing 8 points of fire damage.
Back upstairs, Bugraft.
A buggy.
Right, can I jump
buggy.
down the stairs?
You can. Yeah, just give me an athletics check.
Athletics check, okay.
I mean, it's a 5-foot drop. I think what you need to do is make an athletics check. If you fail it, you're prone when you land.
I'll roll this and add 6, so I roll a 20.
That's fine. A nice little hop down.
And how much move is that used?
You've probably got another square or so of movement left at the bottom.
Okay, maybe I'll just come next to Cuthbert.
Can you make a wisdom save? DC, what's the DC?
14.
That's a 9.
So you take 17 points radiant damage.
Half damage from everything except psychic.
Yeah, so you take 8 points.
And then 3 off the temporary.
We start a new turn on 21 with Sessions. It's the 7th round of the heroism spell. What would you like to do?
So I shout to Parker, because I can't see where anyone is, and ask whether I should advance.
Yes.
And where to.
If you come round the corner and stand in the square between me and the stairs, that would do it, wouldn't it?
Except that would get me and Bugraft in the blades.
No, then, is the answer.
Yes.
Cuthbert will go, don't come any closer.
Yeah.
In a different accent, which he's got, which I can't remember.
Stay where you are, Sessions.
Using my minor metagame, I ask Parker whether I can move up, and he tells me not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, reasonable. So what do you want to do next?
Ready
I'm
to
going to
move
ready the
once it's
crashing
clear.
coin to attack anything that comes in range. A bad guy that comes in range.
In that case, it is Burple on 19.
Well, Burple is going to move back round to the stairs.
You turn the corner, immediately you can see the kitchen, you can see, you've got dark vision, right? Your companions are all stuck up at one end of the kitchen, and in the body of the kitchen there are these 2 things.
Yeah, I could do a stinking cloud. It's just going to tie us up, isn't it? I'll do a dissonant whispers. On the big guy, I'll do a 3rd level.
On the big wormy one.
The big wormy guy, wisdom save DC 14.
It rolls a 19 and saves.
So it takes half of this then. So it takes 11.
Oof, lots of 6s there.
Yeah, 3 6s.
Takes 11 points of damage. Okay, so yeah, that's rocked it a little. Yep, and it doesn't need to run away because it made a saving throw. Correct.
Correct.
Is that it from you,
That's it from Burple.
Cuthbertus?
Cuthbertus is going to do the same kind of deal as he did last time, so he's going to use his dash action and move action to run around that back passage and go.
Yeah. So you're running all the way back round again to the other side.
And he's going to do the +1 short sword against the minor version of these creatures. Rolling.
Yeah.
Armor class 13.
Oh dear, that is a miss.
And that is his action.
And it is time for their actions. Right. First things first. The lesser of the 2, Cuthbert, you see it visibly heal itself.
Okay.
Its wounds seem to knit a little
Yeah.
myriad cuts from these playing cards and whatever other damage you've been doing to it. And it runs around you and it strikes you, Cuthbert.
Very roughly.
Is it waffly?
13, it hits armor class 19 with its first attack.
Is a veritable hit.
In which case you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points of
And
bludgeoning
you
damage.
have a worm on you.
Thank you.
And then it strikes at you again, and this time doesn't roll enough. It rolls an 8, hitting armor class 14. That's not going to be enough, is it?
No.
And then it will carry on moving. It'll just tuck itself around the corner, just one more
Do I get a
little
attack?
nudge. Well, it's not left. It's still within 5 feet of you, technically. Cuthbert.
There's a wall in between me and it.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
And then the other one is going to move round you as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it is going to strike at you. The first attack rolls a 15. It hits armor class 21.
Yep.
So you take a further 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you have another worm on you. So that's 2 worms.
Yep.
And then its second attack,
Yep.
it rolls a 9. That's not going to be enough. It hits armor class 15.
That's a hit.
It's a hit. Ooh,
Yeah.
dear. Another 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and now you are a third worm country.
Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
3.
Very good. Do you practice these? Do you sort of, what can I do with worms?
There's another bunch of players that I run through the whole thing with on the nights before we play, just to get all
Yes,
this stuff
just to get
absolutely
all the-
down.
yeah.
And yet still, it's a colossal clusterfuck from start to finish. So there
It
we
is,
are.
yeah. Well, you know.
And that is that for the horrible spawn creatures. Let's move on to Parker.
Cuthbert, what would be better if I were to move round to the square below you and attack the creature from there, or if I go round this corridor behind the kitchen and attack the creature from the north?
If you could get southwest of me and start trying to get rid of these worms, that'd be great.
I'm wondering whether it would not be better for you to move into the cloud and take
I
damage.
love the idea of this discussion. This is great. So the two of you are basically shouting at each other across this kitchen. Can we get the worms off me?
If I
I'm
went in,
wondering about getting the worms off
Well, I
me,
think the
actually,
cloud is
Cuthbert,
really
because,
useful.
there are other options.
would the cloud do damage to the worms?
We've been getting rid of them.
Cloud will kill the worms.
Cloud kills worms.
Yeah.
Park, in which case I leave it up to you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to move round this corridor at the back of the kitchen, and then the minor one. First of all, I will do produce flame on him.
Oh.
Hitting armor class 10.
10 is not enough, I'm afraid.
Then another one. This time hitting armor class 17.
17 is enough.
Come on.
Doing 6 points of damage.
If it hadn't been able to heal itself,
Well,
I mean, it looks very shaky. Uncle Buggy!
Uncle Buggy. Well, he is actually now going to the front, in front of Parker.
Okay, so he's going to run around the little side passage through
Yeah.
Parker
Yes.
and up to one of these things.
There's
Okay,
a
now-
slow hand clap.
Thank you. And I'm going to bash it with my sword, great axe sword, or it's called. What is it?
It's so
I don't
long
know,
since
it
you've
helps
used
to
an
remember.
offensive weapon.
Yeah.
Rapier,
Remember
wasn't
So
that. You actually
long, I
bring
think
it with
it's
you.
a great sword. Yes, it's a great sword. Not that good, but anyway. Come on. 15?
15 is just enough.
It does
Here we go. I mean, it's not looking well.
14 points de damage.
Is it a magical greatsword?
Yes, +1 silvered.
Wow, it really didn't like that. It looks like it's.
The second attack.
You think that this second attack might be what you need.
Oh, it's a 1. I don't care
Oh,
because
it's
I'm a
a 1.
hobbit. I can reroll ones.
Okay, yeah. Let's roll it again. So this is your chance. 12 is going to be
19.
enough. How much damage is that?
11 points de damage.
11 points of damage is exactly how much you needed to do. And it collapses.
He's clapping
Leaving-
himself.
Why are you
again.
clapping
Thanks.
yourself?
Thanks.
Leaving
sir.
it there,
What?
obviously.
And then, where was I?
Buggeroff's getting on a bit, but he should be able to remember.
Yeah,
I'm sure one of the nurses will be able to tell you.
I retreat back behind Parker. Just can't help it. It's in the blood.
Yeah, okay.
It's in the flange DNA.
Tonight's second beer is Brewdog Ghost Walker. Oh no, hold up! It's a collab.
It's a collab.
It's Brewdog and Ghost Walker, and it's called Lamb of God. Low on alcohol, high on attitude. God, that's annoying.
Well, the Milky Beers was actually really nice. I could only have
Was it?
one, but it was really nice. It wasn't sweet, it wasn't white chocolatey. It was quite different, but it was really nice. Quite liked it, yeah.
Round 8 of the heroism spell begins with sessions on 21.
Guys,
Sessions, you're in the corridor.
it's lonely round here. Can I come out?
You can hear the
Yes.
sound of this massive ruck going on in the kitchen. There's pans flying around.
Yes.
Boing.
I can
Get
come out,
over here.
Purple. Okay.
Are you going to come and join us, Sessions? What are you doing around there?
I'm coming, mate.
I'm coming, mate. I'm on my way, mate.
Right, not off.
So you run around the corner. You can see Burple. You can see Cuthbert now as you run around the corner to the kitchen.
Shall I bring the cards to you, Cuthbert?
Yeah, why not? Go on, do it.
Now, when you first put people in the field, they don't take the damage, right? It's when it's their turns come up.
Yeah, I'm also going to move the crushing coin to next to me.
And we move on to Burpelage, who is protected against the Guardians, so he can do whatever.
Burpage Herpage will move 20 foot south so that he can see the creature.
Past Cuthbert, yeah.
And we'll do yet another. How wounded does this one look?
It looks less wounded than it was when you last saw it.
Can I have a wisdom save DC 14?
From the one on the other side of Cuthbert, yeah.
Well, there's only one left, isn't there? So, yes.
Oh, sorry. Well, there's only one standing here. I don't think it's made that save, no. On a 9, no.
So it takes an enormous 17 points of damage. And it has to run away.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It has to use its reaction to run away.
Okay, well, there's a door halfway up this little passageway, and it opens it and it rushes through.
Cuthbert gets an attack of opportunity.
Attack of opportunity. Rolling a 25.
25 is a hit, Cuthbert.
Doing an almost 7 points of damage.
You feel you've got a solid snip at it, Cuthbert, as it ran away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your turn, Cuthbert.
Now I've got 3 worms on me. What's the mechanics? I'm in this field.
Well, first of all, you've got to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, the worms don't die until their turn, yeah.
I make a wisdom saving throw of 7.
So you take 3d8 points of damage from the spell.
8.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was lucky.
It was lucky. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to move and look in the door so I don't remove myself from the whirling cards.
You're looking into a chamber.
It's enormous.
Yeah, it's bigger than the Great Hall. It looks like it's somebody's study / bedroom.
Okay.
Looks quite neat, tidy. It doesn't look like these creatures have kind of ransacked it or done anything with it.
Okay, can I do a firebolt at it?
You most certainly can.
No, that won't hit.
No.
And that's my round.
Well, the room was tidy. Now it's a
flaming
a flaming
mess.
Exactly. It looks like something one of those fire safety videos.
That's my round.
And now it is the creatures, or the creature rather. First thing is that this creature seems to visibly heal itself.
Again.
And it's looking much better than it was looking before. But it's trapped in this room now, which it doesn't like very much. It steps up to you, Cuthbert.
God.
Oh, also, the 3 worms that are on you are all vaporized by Sessions' spell.
Thank you.
But nevertheless, it's going to zap you.
Yep.
So the first attack, it rolls a 20. And it's going to gamble, rolling another 20
what
on the gamble.
What are your dice doing?
What are...
I bring my
What
special
are
blue
the
dice
odds?
along to every game, and you're just going to have to live with them. Dealing myself a card. I'll just deal the 1 for now.
Isn't it an instant kill?
You keep coming in and chipping away with that one.
Yeah.
This
Eventually
is a
it might work.
bludgeoning attack, which means it's the 3rd item on the card. Kneecapped, quadruple damage, and you have disadvantage on skill checks that rely on your legs until you finish a long rest.
This could be the end of me. I've taken 30 points already.
46, here we go. You take the following bludgeoning damage. You take 11, 13, 17. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, Cuthbert.
Oh, right. Yep, still up. Just.
And you have a worm on you.
Well, whoopie-doo.
And then its second attack, only rolling a 5, hitting armor class 11, which is not going to be enough.
Well, yes, thank you.
I mean, you can't move, obviously, because you've been kneecapped, but, there we go. So you're at a disadvantage on all checks that involve using your legs, Cuthbert. I'm not quite sure. Anyway.
Acrobatics, athletics.
How wounded are you?
I've got 8 hit points left.
Oh shit, I might
Those
have to
playing
move away.
cards are going to be trouble.
You might have to
You've
move
got
away.
a worm on you. Sessions has to move away from you because otherwise he'll kill you. But if he does move away
Well,
from
I might
you, then
not
the
kill
worm
him,
is,
but I might.
The worm is going to burrow into him. And it shuts the door.
Roomed. Oh dear.
I don't know that it's smart enough to close the door, actually, and I don't know that that's... Is it in character? What's my motivation? It's sort of a savagely... What does it want to
It's
do?
trying to infest everybody with worms.
It's
so
trying to
it
infest everybody.
wants to close
Exactly.
the door.
Yes, very, very good. Exactly, Johnny. It's trying to infest everybody with worms, and I don't know that it's particularly bothered about its own safety or trying to be clever. It doesn't close the door, Cuth. Parker, it's your turn. You've just heard an awful noise come from Cuthbert's knees. A sort of...
Yeah. Crack.
And then,
Sounds like somebody hitting a cello with a hammer.
he now looks like one of those Imperial walkers that's been done by the Ewoks. It's sort of like...
I'm going to
Run away.
move to there.
Can we get Cuthbert out of the way?
He can't move his legs.
He's only got 8 hit points left if you really want to be,
And I will try to produce flames on it again.
Okay, I think he's got a bit of cover there, but you make your roll.
Is there anywhere I can move where it doesn't have cover?
Well, I mean, Cuthbert is the thing that's giving it the cover.
Yeah.
Cuthbert and the fact that it's in a doorway, so not really.
Okay.
I mean, you could push Cuthbert to one side.
Did you get the 3 extra temporary hit points, Cuthbert?
Yes, those 8 hit points are including those 3.
If I push Cuthbert to one side, that's an action, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's not going to be able to resist because of his kneecapping. So he's just going to go down like a sack of spuds if you want to knock him over.
Yeah, but it's still an action and not a move action.
Parker, not Parker. Parker's a pretend thing. Lucas, I'm just fucking about.
Parker's a pretend thing.
I was
I'm a pretend thing.
looking through a couple of things today, and it turns out that all of the characters in this, yes,
Yeah.
and in fact the entire thing is just a giant work of fiction.
What? Why did nobody tell me?
I don't know, it's like the Truman Show. It's just levels within levels.
First attack hits armor class 17.
17 is a hit.
Doing... Ooh, nice. 12 points of damage.
Ooh, okay, yep.
And
Very nice.
second
Yeah, well, not very nice.
attack
Fuck off.
is a
Ooh, bounced
19.
off a 20. 19 is a hit.
Also doing 10 points of damage.
You can't see it very well, but it doesn't look very well. We move on to Bugraft. Bugraft, you need to make a saving throw.
Okay, so it's what was it, wisdom or something? Well,
Yeah.
14,
saved.
it's fine. Okay, so you take half of...
So it's only 6 points. 3. So it really only takes 1.
1 point of damage. You take 1 point of real damage. Yeah.
medic. I'm going to move through. That's because I'm a hobbit. I can move through people.
Yeah.
So I move to the other south side of Cuthbert, and then
Yes.
I'm going to attack this thing through the doorway.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm shouting at you in a really annoyed voice.
Oh,
You're
what are
in
you
my
saying?
square.
What are you going to do?
Well, I was going to heal him and kill his worms. Now I have to retreat.
Oh no, I can move 35 feet. I think because I'm probably because I'm raging. I think.
You get speed probably as a barbarian.
Do you need to have 2 squares of movement left to move a single square of difficult ground, or not? Graham, that's the sort of thing you will know.
I think each square counts as double. You can only enter a square if you've got enough movement to get into it.
Can I move through it as a hobbit?
Tell me about the rule.
You can move through a space of any creature that is the
Mhm.
size larger than yours.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You're not being Nico and only reading the first half.
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. So you're running all the way through and you're running into that chamber around to the other
Under
side.
his legs, and then I'm turning around and bashing him with my great sword.
Teeny weeny apart from the
Love
great
it.
sword.
Fantastic. So you're scuttling
huge
through the
great
legs
sword.
of all these creatures,
Yeah.
scuttling through its legs, and then wellying it. Yeah.
The first bash is a 22.
hit.
Alright, so I do 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage, kills the creature. It slumps down,
Ah,
Yay!
and worms spread everywhere, all over Cuthbert. They eat Cuthbert's face. So there we have it. Well done.
Thank you.
Very delighted. Thank you very much indeed. Can somebody help me, please?
Well, somebody needs to switch off this spell before.
No, we want to keep the spells.
it's not looking regenerative.
I'm going to skewer it with my other hit in case it's regenerating.
You attack at advantage for an automatic critical or something like that.
Alright, so I hit
well,
it again.
you chop its head off. There are worms squiggling around all over the floor. They don't look like they've got long to live now that they're out of their host.
Okay.
It's Sessions' turn next. I mean, we're staying in round sequence just until we've established that everything is going to be okay.
I'll do a cure wounds on Cuthbert.
Sessions, are you keeping your spell running?
Do we have any more worms we need to deal with?
Well, Cuthbert's got worms on.
How many worms does Cuthbert have on him?
3.
In that case, I will keep my...
Just leave the spell running, and I'll do it. And we can both do a cure, can't we?
My plan was to walk up to him, do a cure on him, and then walk back.
Okay.
I will do a second level cure wounds on Cuthbert,
Are you going to roll it?
if you want.
Yes, please.
10 points of healing damage.
Thank you very much. That's a start.
Of Healy damage.
10 points of Healy damage. If you hold the spell in place, it'll kill the worms unless somebody else wants to, but I think we can hand wave the worm removal, can't we?
I've healed 6.
And does the creature we just killed, does that one show any signs of regeneration?
No, neither of them do it.
So when they're dead, they're dead.
Once they're down, it looks like, at least for these ones.
Right.
Who knows what extra features may be introduced
Later
later.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Graham, that's one of the most useful yet one of the most annoying spells you have.
The issue is you've all got to be together when it's first cast.
Yeah.
No, you've got to be within sight. That was the problem.
Yeah.
What level spell is it?
3rd.
Right. Search the place. Any magic?
Yes. Well,
The whole area is, to be honest, not fantastically interesting. As you open it up, I will reveal the map to you. This is more of a formality, to be honest.
I can see 3 doors that we haven't opened, 4 doors that we haven't opened.
You're not disturbed as you clear out the rest of the...
Ransack the place.
Well, I mean,
Loot the bodies.
I don't know that that's...
Detect magic as a ritual.
Ooh.
Revealing the rest of the map, there are loads of chambers, and you find 2
Gold pieces.
gold pieces. No, 2
Silver
two copper pieces. Yeah, 2 copper pieces. You find 2 magical traces. One is on the creature. In fact, both are on the creature.
Where are they?
Tucked away, kind of within its robes. It's all a bit sort of dead wormy. You sort of use the tip of a sword to sort of pick through its remnants. There is a wand,
Ooh.
and then there is a pendant on a chain around its neck. It looks like a sort of precious stone. It's a ruby or a garnet in the shape of a heart. Both
the
these items are
regeneration thing, I think.
No, I think it's protection. Can't remember.
Anyway, that's what you find. Otherwise,
I'll
you find
attune
a
to it.
series of chambers. There are storerooms. There are a couple of, as it were, high-status study / bedrooms. One you think must have been for the camp commander. One was probably for Marzana, and therefore originally must once have been for this poor unfortunate thing that has ended up dead at your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there are bunk rooms for guards and a couple of larders and a storeroom with sort of utility cleaning brooms and bits
You
and bobs.
kind of have to
That's
wonder what
pretty
they were
much it.
guarding, because there was no room. What are they guarding?
You mean the
Keep itself, the
Well,
diminutive.
Blackwall Keep is there to keep an eye on the lizard folk activity.
I see.
And there's
So
Marsh
we've
Keep on the
broken
other side of the
peace
marsh.
between the lizard folk and
Well,
we've
you've
freed up
you've
the-
introduced Hillary to Lieutenant Vendron, who'd come out from Diamond Lake, and Vendron had been sent out to bring Marzana back as well. So Vendron had led the relief force out there.
Were we getting paid to clear out this tower?
Don't think that was mentioned.
I think it was mentioned.
Okay.
I think we got the treasure. Let's identify the treasure.
Yeah.
Eventually, you hear a kind of cough from the top of the stairs. Everything all right down there, lads? Everything okay? Is it?
dying!
Oh, okay. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Thursday, I think. Thursday, yes.
No, we go back out.
We go back out.
I need a long rest.
Clamber back out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
definitely
identify these
long
things.
Rest on 11 hit points currently.
There's still some of the garrison left, right? The garrison that survived the original attack that have been left when the relief forces got. They're sort of smooching.
So we'll go and tell them
smooching.
to
Is that
clear out.
appropriate? They're
clear
all
things
they're
out.
slouching around, looking wounded and looking like they're very glad they didn't have to climb down into the cellar.
Yeah, well, they do now. Go and fix the stairs. Go and clear out the bodies. We're going to go and have a rest.
They're like, oh, okay. They're really kind of
We're going to go and have a
passive-aggressively
rest.
get to their feet. It's like, oh, I suppose we better go and clear up now then.
Where are the executive bedrooms?
Those were the executive bedrooms.
Mike, it looks like there's stairs going up as well from the ground floor.
There's a great big tower, Paul, that
Well,
I've
it's
described
just- Are there
to
any
you
bedrooms
multiple
up there?
occasions. There are.
I've still got the detect magic running. I'll go the rest of the tower.
Just go and have a look
Scan
at
the rest of the tower. Basically, as the people come
Well-
back, I'll scan them as well.
Yeah, okay. So,
Everybody.
Airport security.
Just a second. Okay, you can go.
Do you mind standing here, sir, please?
it's just a
Arms
second.
up. If you...
The tower's not very interesting, guys. Oh, wait,
Okay.
you know, we're not going to spend. It's interesting if you're interested in towers, but none of us are.
So have we officially run out of plot?
You've got these items, and
Well,
I mean,
okay, we'll identify the items and we'll take a long rest.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The pendant requires attunement.
My
I'll-
pendant
I'll
requires
attune to my
attunement.
pendant.
Okay.
Thanks, Graham. You got there first.
And the wand also requires attunement. So there you go. While you take your long rest in the tower, the other guards slouching around or clearing up after you. One of them's like, oh man, look, they've broken the stairs as well.
So we can press the long resty button.
You can press the long rest button if you like, yeah. Either one or both of you, two of you going to attune to these.
Yeah.
Yes,
Items.
I'll attune to my pendant.
My pendant, yeah. with my wand.
Yes.
The
Right,
matching-
back to basics. Let's just roll.
The wand is
Roll
a
for
wand
choice.
of the War Mage.
It doesn't sound like something I can
Whatever
use.
that is.
It's a +2 wand of the War Mage.
What's that do?
While holding this wand, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls determined by the wand's rarity, in this case +2.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. That's all it does. But if you use offensive spells a lot with attack
right.
rolls,
Actually-
it's quite groovy.
Not
I don't
bad.
know.
The periapt is a lesser periapt of wound closure.
Ah,
Told you.
yeah, you did.
While
Oh,
you
that sounds
wear
barbarian
this
thing.
pendant,
It's a bard item. I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, frontline fighter thing.
It's definitely a cleric thing. You always want to protect the healer.
you stabilize
right,
whenever
right,
you are dying at the start of your turn.
I think that's everybody.
Sudden silence.
Everybody's rolling for.
In addition, whenever you roll a hit dice to regain hit points, you add 2 to the number of hit points that you restore. So it's not quite as good as a full periapt, but it is nevertheless useful.
Okay, so
I think Sessions should have that.
Let's roll.
What do you want to do about these items? Yeah.
we're going to roll for them.
Okay, well, off
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. I mean, we might as well.
What percentile?
Let's roll
Percentile?
percentile. Who's going first? Shall I go
I'll go
first?
first.
I've gone then.
Oh,
50,
50.
Good in the middle roll.
65,
65 for Buggy.
8.
8
Sessions.
sessions.
It's poetic justice, Graham. 34. Cock.
72.
But
Is this for choice or is this for...
that's for choice.
For choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Cuthbert gets first choice and Uncle Buggy gets second choice. Cuthbert's
Cuthbert's going to take the periapt of wound closure.
the lesser periapt of wound closure.
Lesser
Yep.
periapt of wound closure.
And therefore, Fugraft,
Can I use cleric spells with it?
Do you attack with them?
any spell that you have to make it, that you make an attack roll with.
Is it attack roll or saving throw?
It's attack roll. It's a +2 on your attack rolls when you're holding it and you ignore half cover. But you have to be holding it. So if you, for example, have a two-handed weapon,
I've got a great sword. I think that's two.
that's two hands, yeah.
What about Parker? Would it be
What
useful
about
for Parker?
sellotaping it to the hilt of the great sword?
No, because then I couldn't do. I mean, I can't hold it and do strikes.
I could use it.
Yeah, I think Sessions can use it.
I think I could.
Okay. Have you got anything swap?
Swap.
Dear cousin. It's not going to donate it.
Well, obviously, protection and healing.
Graham, you can write
Well,
it on
I
your
think
character sheet.
We can have
I'm starting to write it now.
Let's have this
Borrowed
discussion.
from Johnny.
Yeah.
later, shall we? The next day is bright, it's cold, cloudless. You can set off at dawn for Diamond Lake. And you really are getting a sense that spring is in the air or whatever it is, the first hints of spring. Yeah, things like you can feel the forest around you kind of reawakening, stirring into new life. By about midday, you reach the Garm farm, which is about the halfway point. It seems kind of weirdly peaceful. Still some sort of smouldering timbers in the roof. You push on as the day wanes. You find yourselves descending now sharply, following a fast flowing stream as you're heading back down out of the hills. By sunset, you're in the high ground at the eastern end of Diamond Lake, and it's lying out in front of you. Beneath you, sort of mirror still, reflecting the evening sky. On the western horizon, you can make out the little blue spark that is Evenstar Keep.
Yep.
With just like the pale light of genius rising behind it, the other evening star. As you near the tree line and the beginning of the old company road along the valley, the road that you've normally take up to the Whispering Cairn and wherever, something catches your eye. There's a dark shape in the road ahead. There's a little point where a small trail meets your main road. You see there's a cat curled up asleep, as black as a shadow.
Oh.
Fireball.
Well, I mean, you don't know quite how to react, but before you know it, dark figures are materializing all around you. They're
Oh.
silent, they're faceless.
Oh.
It's like they're appearing as if they're like conjured out of the gloom, and the cat grows, morphs into a cloaked humanoid form, which steps towards you and throws back its hood. It is Izen Fen the Occluded, the head of the Twilight Monastery, and her face is lit with a soft, bluish radiance. And she smiles at you, and she says, "Parker."
You're in trouble, Parker.
And we'll pick things up next time.
Nice.
Naughty boy.
What have you done?
The boss has arrived.
Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Encounter at Blackwall Keep and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. Encounter at Blackwall Keep was written by Sean K. Reynolds. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!